Hi guys, today's second reading lesson is on cause and effect. We're going to look at events in the story and find text evidence. Cause and effect can help us understand how one event leads to another event in a text. Let's find the cause and effect in the sun and the wind. Our first question is, what causes sun and wind to have a contest? I'm going to look in the text on page 7. This is where Wind comes up with the idea for a contest. "I have an idea," said Wind. "Whichever one of us can make the traveler take off his cloak shall be recognized as the strongest. I will go first." This is the effect. Sun and Wind decide to have a contest. I need to figure out why. I'm going to go back to page 6. On page 6, Sun and Wind see a traveler walking down the road. This event gives Wind the idea, but it does not explain why Wind and Sun want to have a contest. I'm going to go back a little bit more. Back at the beginning of the story, it told me that one day the Wind and Sun were arguing about who was the strongest. That's why they decided to have a contest to see who was the strongest. Our next text evidence question is, what happens after the wind begins to blow? I'm going to turn back to page 8 and reread. This time, we're listening for the effect. The wind begins to blow, and what happens? Sun agreed and hid behind a cloud to watch. Wind began to blow little gusts. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. The traveler wrapped his cloak tightly across himself. Harder and harder the wind blew. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. The traveler wrapped his cloak more tightly across himself. My question was, what happens after the wind begins to blow? The effect is that the traveler wraps his cloak tightly around himself. My last text evidence question is, what causes the man to take off his cloak? This is an effect. The man takes off his cloak. I'm going to turn to page 12 to figure out what caused the man to take off his cloak. The sun came out from behind the cloud. First, it began to shine lightly on the traveler. The traveler turned his face to the sun. Then he smiled as he enjoyed the warmth. The sun shone more strongly. The traveler mopped his brow. Stronger and stronger and stronger the sun shone. The traveler opened his cloak. Still the sun shone stronger and stronger. The traveler grew hotter and hotter and hotter. After a few more steps, the traveler loosened his cloak. Then he tore off his cloak and dropped it on the road. "You win," said Wind. "I am sorry I was so boastful." I can see from reading the text that the traveler grew hot because the sun was shining on him. That's what caused the man to take off his cloak. The sun was shining stronger and stronger. That's it for cause and effect today. I hope you learned a lot. See you next time.